All right. It's time to go live at 5:33 Friday, August 14th. I'm sorry, August 4th. I'm in the future right now. But I know it's been a little bit of a minute since I've, technically gone live on some news and, different things of that sort. So it's about time to do that just a little bit after sitting in the background watching quite a few things transpire. One of the main things that I want to address is the photo that you see directly in front of you, right? In a video from rapper, female rapper, I'm sorry, Ice Spice, she had a whole female cast of women twerking, doing a variety of things in the video. Right, no problem, because normally 9 times out of 10, when you think about these videos, especially coming from the perspective of a man, you're looking at everybody as, of course, legal age, right? The female rapper is, of course, of legal age, meaning Ice Spice is in her 20s. So therefore, consciously, you're looking at all the other women in the video as is obviously of that exact same age. And this is something I knew about quite some time ago. This was like back when I think the video first actually launched. There was a streamer that I was watching, and he was, watching the video for the first time, right? He was enjoying the video, you know, and then somebody in his chat basically let him know, was like, yo, uh, that girl is 16. And the dude was like, what are you talking about? Like, where's proof? Like, she's not 16. Like, he's thinking that the guy is referring to Ice Spice, who is the woman that you see directly to the left. But the guy in the chat was referring to the girl that you see directly to the right. She is 16 years of age, right? And she's in a video with grown women. She's on a countertop with, I guess you could say, hot pants, cut off pants, cut off shorts, whatever you want to sit up there and say. And she's up there twerking in the video. And I'm sitting up there like, oh my God. I'm like, how, like, for me, let me just be honest with y'all. And let me just reiterate. As guys, if we see a female artist with women in her videos, we're not scanning the scene to sit up there and see if we can age verify every single woman that is directly in there, if they're, 21, 25, 30. We're not sitting up there doing that. Again, we're going by the assumption of what the female artist is. Stuff like this is the type of stuff that makes me angry, because at no point in time should you ever have a moment in a video where you have a 16-year-old acting as though that she's a grown full-fledged adult. Like, things like that just should not happen. It shouldn't even be a thing, and for it to be a thing is problematic, and it's something that I've talked about too many times before, and I'm still trying to figure out, why is it that you don't have enough adults, enough parents out here pointing this out as a problem? And the main thing that I tried to sit up there and tell y'all is that, yo, what's up, David? The main thing that I tried to tell y'all is that they're out here trying to put out this type of image of children, and they're pushing this type of belief when it deals with children. So they're trying to make it seem as though that teenagers are also adults, that teenagers can make their own decisions, that teenagers can go out here and do the exact same things that grown adult women do. And that is just not the case. That is just not the case. And then they're also putting it to the point where they're making, how can I sit up there and put this? They are putting out this type of imagery of your kids, and they're basically deeming it to be okay and to be all right, and it's not. So let me just go into what I looked up, right? It said, who is Aya Tanjali, right? Then this is the girl that's directly, this is the 16-year-old that is to the right. Aya Tanjali, age 16 years old, birthday April 24th, 2007, nationality American, born in Austin, Texas. Aya is an influencer with 6.6 million followers on TikTok. She goes by the username Aya Tanjali and boasts a huge 467.2 million likes on the social media platform. Right on her TikTok page, she mostly shares videos of her dancing to popular songs, and she also posts life updates for her followers. So you're dealing with a teenager that is in a video with grown women who are shaking their behinds, who are dressing and acting provocatively, who are touching directly on their bodies. They're out there sexualizing themselves, right? And those are grown women. They can freely do that, right? Women can do whatever it is that they want to sit up there and do. If they want to sexualize themselves, if they want to treat themselves as objects for others to gander and oogle, they can freely sit up there and do that. But at no point in time should adults be okay with a grown woman and other grown women allowing a 16-year-old to do what it is that they're doing in a music video, knowing what the look of it is going to be. And this is why I've set up there and stated so many things on this platform when it deals with women, when it deals with the imagery of women, when it deals with what it is and how it is that women want to dress provocative, want to be provocative, how it is that women want to sit up there and talk, how it is that women want to put themselves on IG. Why? Because you got these young girls out here following specifically and exactly what it is that grown women are sitting up here doing. But when I pointed that out, people wanted to look at me as the bad guy. But now you're starting to look at the culmination of all of this coming together. And this is not even, we're not even really at the start of it. This is the air around, this ain't the tip of the iceberg. This is the air. This is the air around the iceberg. This is exactly what you're looking at, where they're going to slowly but surely start to push in more of these rap videos that are dealing with female rappers. They're going to start pushing more of these teenage girls directly in there, dressing and acting provocatively in these videos, making it okay and deeming it okay in society. And then you're going to start to wonder why it is that you got so many of these guys out here looking at these young girls in this type of light, in this type of way. It's because of stuff like this. It's because of stuff like this. Again, where are the parents at? Where are the adults at? Where are the managers at? Where's the record label at? Why was she specifically allowed to be in this video around grown women acting and dressing provocatively? Why is that? She's 16. The other women were more than likely, hopefully, in their 20s. Why was this allowed again? So like I said before, this is why I just sit back in silence and I just look. I just sit back in silence and I just look at all the things that I sit up there and tell people and what's going on. Because it's crazy. It's 1,000% crazy. Like I said, stuff like this should not be happening at all. There's a multitude of people that needs to be held accountable, but obviously nobody is going to decide to hold anybody accountable, which is 1,000% ridiculous. Yo, what's up, brother Exile? What's going on, man? What is happening? What is happening? Oh, brother, yo, let me tell you something. Matter of fact, because I know that you're here, and usually if you up, you're probably getting ready for work. So let me speed up to a video. I was going to save this one, but because you're here, because I know that you're a father, let me speed up this video so I can touch on this one here. So let me swap this over real quick.
Where you got going?
La La Land.
For what?
We outside.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
It's What's there?
We're outside on Monday.
I could be outside on Monday too.
Okay. Okay, you're outside.
Shall I come? Shall I come?
You can get in. Yeah, I think it's like full capacity at the moment. You got a wristband? You got a wristband? Can't get in.
I can't get in, yeah? I can't get in.
No.
I rushed the doors.
I'm gonna find my door in it.
Found them.
I want to see the girl dancing on my lap as a girlfriend right now. Dancing on my lap as a girlfriend right now. If you want to be so good.
Girls, what we doing tonight? We outside, huh? What we doing? Alright, try me.
So, Brother Exile, let me know if you could, if you were able to hear that. I know it might be a little bit delayed. If y'all were able to hear that, I'll replay that again just in case. So, just in case y'all weren't able to understand what took place, right? So, you got the father, right? That's the father, right? And these are his daughters. They was like, we outside, right? And usually that basically means that, yo, we about to be out here wilding. We about to do what it do. We about to get into some stuff, yada, 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 right? So the girls thought it was all good, right? So you see how they dressed, right? You see, I can't even specifically zoom in on it, but I wish I could. So this is what I'll be talking about, right? So you see the daughters, right? And how they dressed, right? Okay, yo, Prince, what's up? What's up? What's up? You said the audio is good. All right. So you see how the daughters are dressed, right? So you see the one with a skirt, right? You can obviously see the belly button, right? Which means that has a low type of top. Skirt is not even touching nowhere near the knees, right? Nowhere near the knees. So that means if she bends down, people can clearly make out and see what it is that she is wearing or not wearing. The other daughter, she got somewhat of like a full dress on, but it's still short because it ain't nowhere touching the knees. Now, some people would sit up there and say like, yo, why you sitting up there worried about what the girls are wearing and all this? Because I'm worried about what the boys are looking at, what the boys are doing, and what the boys are trying to sit up there and do. These are young girls at this moment in time. They thought they was outside. They thought they was going to make it do what it do. They thought they was going to go out there and see some things. And you saw how it is that they decided that they wanted to play with their dad. They was like, oh, you trying to come outside too? You trying to go to the club? Well, if you can get in, they really thought that he wasn't going to be able to get in. So let me just zoom directly in to when the father rushed the doors and he got directly into that club, right? You see everybody that's all young in there, right? No problem. Everybody all young, you know, people sitting up there talking, chatting, and all the other type of stuff, right? So then it comes in when he goes through the crowd and he finds his daughters sitting up there dancing, right? Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Let me see if I can get that to play for y'all. Let me roll back there. Get that a few seconds. Right, that's him. Now look at his daughter. Right? Right? You got people out here dancing. And you see how his daughter's face is sitting up here looking. She thought that was like a random dude because she kept sitting up there dancing. Let's go back. Right? She was like, hey, and then she was like, oh, that's dad. Look at that. Her brain was so caught up on trying to be outside, dance with guys, just randomly, all this other type of stuff, that she didn't realize that was her dad sitting up there filming, watching them outside, watching them as other dudes are sitting up there grinding directly on his daughter. Because they thought originally like, oh, we free, we outside, we gonna make it do what it do, all this other type of stuff. Where do you think that they got all of this type of dancing and this behavior from? They didn't just get this from the girls that are a part of their generation, they got this from older women. But like I said, when you try to hold people accountable, you try to tell people where things just so happen to lead, nobody wants to listen, right? But then when you showcase videos like this or clips like this, when you got a father who some people would say is like overprotective, right? Some people would some people would try to sit up there and say like, yo, he's overprotective. He shouldn't be following. He needs to let them live their lives. Right? He gonna let them live their lives, and they're gonna end up pregnant. And guess who's gonna have to help them take care of that baby? Him. So you saw what happened after they got embarrassed. He didn't have to raise his voice. He didn't have to holler. He didn't snatch nobody away. He didn't do none of that. Him just being there and filming was embarrassment for them enough, because originally, again, they didn't think that he was going to be outside. They didn't think that he was going to make it in the club. Matter of fact, let me go back before I finish. Let me just go back and play the clip. Go back.
Where you lot going?
La La Land. Yeah.
For what?
We outside.
It's Monday.
Yeah.
So what's there?
We're outside on Monday.
I can be outside on Monday too.
Okay, you're outside.
Shall I come? Shall I come?
You can get in. Yeah, I think it's like full capacity at the moment. You got a wristband? Can't get in.
I can't get in, yeah? I can't get in.
No.
I rush the doors.
I'm gonna find my daughter in there.
Found them.
I want to see the girl dancing on my leg as a girlfriend right now. Dancing on my leg as a girlfriend right now. If you want to be true,
Girls, what we doing tonight? We outside, huh? What we doing? Alright, try me.
So you saw what the father did, right? Again, he didn't raise his voice. He didn't snatch nobody. He didn't embarrass nobody. He wasn't trying to pull the boys up off of nobody. He wasn't slapping phones out of nobody's hand. He wasn't doing none of that. Just his presence alone was enough to sit up there and embarrass them, to the point where when he knocked on that door, he was like, yeah, we outside today, right, guys? We outside, right? What we doing? They didn't want to say nothing. They didn't want to say nothing because they felt like their little world just crumbled. They felt like they were so embarrassed. Dad did something so traumatic. He didn't do nothing. But I promise you, his presence there stopped them from making the wrong decision. I promise you that. And I promise you that his presence there also stopped any boys that potentially wanted to sit up there and make certain moves to help them or enable them to make the wrong decisions. I bet you that stopped right there, because they know that their father is present. They know that their father is there. They know if they even decide to try something, it's going to be a problem, because he's going to pop up just like he popped up at that party. And they not trying to see that. They don't want that smoke. So, like I said, shout out to the fathers that are out there. Shout out to the fathers that are around their daughters. Shout out to the fathers that are doing the best that they can, right, when it comes into raising their daughters, because I know it is hard work, because you literally, as a man, got the whole world against you. You got all of society against you. You probably even got the women that you have kids with against you. So you got to sit up there and deal with all of that. You got to deal with the whole universe against you while you're trying to sit up there and do the best for your daughters. Shout out to the fathers out here, because a lot of people want to make it seem like fathers don't exist. They want to make it seem like men don't want to raise their kids. They want to make it seem as though that all men run away from responsibility and everything like that. And that is just not the case. I got too many videos that I've shown time and time again of men there in their kids' lives, regardless on if it is a fiance, if it's the mother of the children, if they're married, if it's a single father, whatever it is. I got videos that I've showcased on this platform before to further prove the point that men are there and are present in and around their children's lives. And again, this is another video to add directly to that list. But the major problem that I see, the major question that I have is, where's the mother? Where's the mother? Where are the women of the family? Because again, these are the questions that I happen to hear women ask time and time again whenever it is that it deals with kids, right? Whenever it deals with the young girls out here, right, and they're potentially getting pregnant or dating the wrong guys and all this other type of stuff, right? Out of that whole situation, why wasn't the mother outside with the father seeing what it is that her daughters were doing? Where was she at? What was she out doing? Huh? Why is it that the women in the family, why is it that the mother isn't sitting up here talking to her daughters to not go outside dressed like this, to not go outside dancing like this, to not go outside presenting themselves like this? Like I said, and when you happen to showcase stuff like this, and you happen to ask these questions, you're met with silence. It's a wall of silence. But yet people got so much mouth to sit up there and say when they want to put everything on the father, when they want to put all the blame on the father, when they want to say that the fathers don't exist, that the father's not there, that men run away from responsibilities. Magically, so many people got so much to say, but when it is that you could present that a father is there for the specific example, and you got the return question is, where is the mother? Where are the women of the family? It's met with silence. I guess they outside just like the daughters. But I guess they outside forever. Like I said before, it's funny how the responsibility is basically, pressed and put upon one side. It's a whole bunch of pressure on one side, but it's not really that much pressure on the whole other side. It's amazing. It's amazing. I've showcased a lot of videos and a lot of stories where mothers are lacking, where the women in the communities are lacking, but yet silence. Because we outside. We outside, right? So let me take y'all to this little gem that I found here. So in the repeated clip that you are in a sense seeing, right? This is Portland. Now, I've covered some stories and I've seen tons of videos where there's quite, some crime and different things like that in Portland, running rampant, right? So I have an understanding of certain things and I get it. But this is where society is going to start moving. And I want people to understand this is something that I told y'all about before, where it dealt with the facial recognition technology, right? So if you got an iPhone, if you got an Android, if you've ever on your phone played with the face technology where it's like, hey, what we're going to do is we got this cool app and you just put your face directly on it and, we'll transform it into a cartoon character, into an anime character, into this, into that, and all this other type of stuff, right? And it can actually do it. It does a very great and consistent job, right? And the reason why that technology can do it is because it's been trained, not just on your face, but on hundreds of thousands, on millions, upon tens of millions, upon hundreds of millions of faces. And it's doing this repeatedly. It's running this algorithm, it's running these numbers continuously so that it can perfect the methods and what it needs so that it can do what it is that it is programmed to do. And I told people before that the technology that we are now using, we are training a larger system, a larger computer, something that we cannot exactly see at this moment in time. It is something that is pretty well hidden away from the public. And you're not going to really understand or see it up until they decide to start letting some stuff out and start announcing it and different things of that nature. To put it more into perspective, they've released some TV shows that, in a sense, have forecasted or covered some of that technology, right? So in Portland, at this one convenience store, in order for you to get into the store, it states that you have to look directly into the camera in order to unlock the door, right? That's facial recognition technology. They're like, hey, we need you to take off your hood, take off your mask, and look directly up into the camera so that we can see you and take that picture. You don't know where that picture is going. You don't know where that image is going. You don't know what it's going to be used for. Like I said, they had an episode. I'm not sure if some people might know what Black Mirror is, right? They had an episode of Black Mirror of the recent season. Um, I forgot what it was called. It was something Joan. I think Everybody Hates Joan or something like that, right? Where it was basically this woman. She worked for a corporate office and she was living a normal life, right? But she was a bad person in a sense. So what inevitably ended up happening is that you had this fake version of Netflix in that reality come up with a way to use quantum technology in order to make a television show, right? And let's put that further into perspective, right? You have the writers and the actors strike, right? So this is not the second time that this has happened, but it's different this time because now you have AI technology. AI technology has proven that you can, in a sense, write a script or write, lines or whatever you need to do, and you don't actually need writers. You don't actually potentially even need the actors because you can actually use AI in order to facilitate, certain things. It's going to get to the point where the next time if they decide to have this strike, then those people are just going to be out of a job and they're just going to use AI to pretty much do all of it. And there's nothing that any human being can sit up there and do. There's nothing. You're not going to be able to sue. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to take them. It's nothing that you're going to be able to do. And like I said, I tried to tell people, I'm a futurist. I do love the future. I do just so happen to love technology. And I can see the good and the bad directly in technology. And as I told people before, the problem with a lot of things is that people think that everything is blossoms and cherries. They think that everything is going to be the way that everything always was. And I kept trying to tell people it's not. I kept trying to tell people like, hey, this is going to be your best way to try to go out and learn about some coding, learn about the technology, read up on it so that you can stay directly up on everything that is taking place. Because a lot of the technology that they are building, they're building it so that they can take normal everyday people, right, directly out of their jobs, right? So the jobs that we all complain about, we say that are mediocre and all these other types of things, they're building technology, they're building AI to replace everybody specifically and directly out of those jobs. So it's like, remember that whenever you go to your job every single day and you say that you hate your job, you don't want to work your job, why do you have to? Soon enough, you ain't going to be able to say that no more because you're going to be out of a job because AI and robotics is going to take over whatever job that you were able to do. So if you work at the front desk, if you are a secretary, if you work at the cash register, all of they're building AI. And in certain places, they already have the robotics and the AI in place in order to, conduct those jobs without you, which means that they don't have to worry about pay. They don't have to worry about sick. They don't have to worry about vacation. They don't have to worry about you getting pregnant, you doing whatever. They don't got to worry about none of that. And they're keeping all of their money, even more money, because they don't have to worry about you. Which means that people who don't have certain types of skills in the future are going to be the ones lagging and falling behind. That's what's going to sit up there and take place. That's what's going to sit up there and happen. And it's crazy. It's 1,000% crazy. Like I really wish that people would start paying attention to the things that are going on. And it also touches on this right here, right? Yo, Call of Duty OG, what is up? What is up? You said, did you see the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spencer fight? I gotta sit up there and watch. I mean, I know who won, but I gotta sit up there and go back and and watch it. Like I said, I just been in the background, just keep it to myself, watching certain things and whatnot. That's what I've been doing at the moment. Let me see. Why is that black? But so, but no, I do know who won, and I do plan on watching it. I saw a little bit of the aftermath. Like I said, it looked good. It looked good. So it's like it's not really a spoiler for me, but I'm gonna go back and watch it because actually watch it minute by minute, everything that takes place is like, something completely different. So the image, the website that you see here, this is called, you can look it up for yourself. This is called worldcoin.org. So again, I try to keep people um a little bit, not well, technically I say a little bit ahead of some of the things that are transpiring, right? And it says for every human, right? Unique humans on WorldCoin, right? So they use technology, iris technology, in order to scan, right? So, matter of fact, let's just go over it, right? Let's just go to the bottom. WorldCoin community is building a more human economic system. WorldCoin aims to establish universal access to the global economy regardless of country or background. It is designed to become the world's largest human identity and financial network, giving ownership to everyone, all with the intention of welcoming every person on the planet and establishing a place for all of us to benefit in the age of AI, right? So this is World Coin, right? And this is like the ID. That's the little computer that you're able to see, which looks like, in a sense, an eyeball, right? You got the card, right? It's blockchain. They're showing you all the things that it would be with, right? For more human access to the global economy. The first world ID compatible wallet, right? WorldCoin blog, right? Thinking of big ideas, technology behind a more human economic system, right? They said that WorldCoin is an open source protocol supported by a global community of developers, individuals, economists, and technologists. Technologists committed to expanding participation in and access to the global economy. The WorldCoin Foundation is the steward and will support and grow the WorldCoin community until it becomes self-sufficient. Tools for Humanity helped launch WorldCoin and currently serve as advisor to the foundation and operations of the World app, right? So if we go back up, they say that at the moment in time, right, the orbs, which are what you see directly to the left side of the screen, right, that's the orb, or I'll just call it an eye or an iris. Orb activity, they say that they have 366 orbs active in the last 30 days, 2,000 orbs manufactured, right, 5,400 and 45,163 new accounts in the last 7 days, right? And I think if I think to the article, I think that they're continuing their scanning in Kenya. I think at this moment in time, right? That's what they're doing. So again, you know, people need to pay attention to a lot of the things that are specifically out here, a lot of the things that are transpiring, a lot of the things um, you know, that are happening, right? Like I said before, it's for me, it's oh, they got a video? Let me.
WorldCoin has launched, and that includes World ID, a privacy-preserving digital identity that allows you to prove you are a real and unique human in the age of AI. World ID allows you to identify between humans and AI online, as well as sign in with different partners while keeping your identity private. To start, simply download World app. To sign up, just find the nearest orb right on the app. You can even book a guaranteed time to visit. And if there's not an orb around yet, there'll likely be one soon. A more human internet starts today, and everyone gets to play a part just for being human.
That's cute. Let me tell you something. Nobody knows where any of the information is going. Nobody knows where any of the information is being held, what it is specifically going to be used for, right? You have other currency out there where you can pretty much do the exact same thing, but you don't need to go as far in this aspect in order to specifically do it. Again, all of these things are running directly on the blockchain. All of these things are doing the same thing that other cryptos and everything else is sitting up here doing. Again, all I'm sitting up here saying is I'm putting the stuff directly out there so that people will know, the things that are taking place around them, so that, people aren't in a sense left behind, caught off guard, or, or anything like that. And as they stated specifically in the video, they were like, yo, if you're not able to find an orb around you, pretty soon that there will be an orb that you can go directly to. Like I said, everybody, I'm not, I brought up a what's the name about it previously, but you have, what was it? The FedNow that basically launched in July. And I remember telling people about it, a little bit of time ago before the launch was even going to take place. I think I did about quite a few videos specifically on it, and I also did a live stream. And now the FedNow is out, and people are not going to see the ramifications of it up until a little bit later. The transactions with the FedNow will be faster. And if the transactions are faster, that also means that the fraud that takes place is going to be faster as well. And people don't happen to understand that once a lot of these systems that we use every single day interact and accept the FedNow, they accept that system, they opt in, that then means that there's going to be a brand new level of criminal activity dealing with fraud that is going to transpire, and that is going to be enabled because the system that they put in place with the FedNow, they don't have security systems in place in order to specifically protect that. All it takes is a few people to figure out some stuff, and then you're going to have mass amounts of other people basically copying and doing the exact same thing. But all it takes is a few. And right now, I can promise you, as I'm speaking, you have people in the background working on ways to try to, figure out that system, to try to game that system. They're poking and prodding, see what works, seeing what doesn't work. They're checking out to see what types of loose ends, if they can find any backdoors in the systems. And once they sit up there and find that, you're going to start to see the problem. And then they're probably going to start to, try to pass, some different laws and all this other type of stuff. Right. But like I said, this is where we are, at this moment in time. This is where we are. But as I've normally told you guys before, I try to do some live streams. I normally try to keep these as, short, as possible, because, usually I happen to run my mouth a lot and, start talking, a whole lot and whatnot. And I normally tell you, I ain't trying to really sit here and waste y'all time. But, I just wanted to do this live stream, just talk to y'all for a little bit, about some of the stuff that's taking place. And, also to see how you guys are, doing and seeing, what is specifically, happening, with y'all. But, I'm guessing that everybody is pretty much, doing all right. I'm guessing. Because I'm looking at the chat, and ain't really nothing sitting up there moving. So, I'm just gonna, end the stream, directly on that, and let y'all have at it. So, hopefully you guys have a very great start to your weekend. It's Friday. Stay safe directly out there. If you're heading to work, I hope you make it back the same way that, you made it into work. Um, spend time with your family, spend time with yourselves, eat some good food and, you know, live life. But again, shout out to, everybody here that was, in attendance that, stayed to, listen for, the topics that I wanted to talk about in the live stream. And as always, much love, respect, and appreciation to any and all of you guys as well. And I will see and catch you guys on the next live stream.